she walk by, every time she walk by, every time she walk by, I be like, there she go. Every time she walk by.
Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's build is going to be a modern home build. I went ahead and searched modern homes on Pinterest and I found this beautiful home. So I decided to go ahead and bring it into the Sims world and build it as my first build. I never build into the Sims at all. What I usually do is just download a lot from the libraries and I will place them on furnish and just refurnish the inside of the homes. And then I would just go from there. With this home, it is built into new crest on a 40 by 30 lot. Eventually, I do remove the home from the 40 by 30 lot because it just did not complement each other at all. The lot was just too big. No matter what I did to try to add, it still wasn't working at all for this home. So I went ahead and removed it and placed it onto a smaller lot. Within my first build, I never used new crest at all. It's always been an empty world. I never touched it, never did anything with it. So I decided to go ahead and build new homes all from scratch. And within my first one, I wanted to go ahead and show with you guys. This is a 2-bedroom and a 3.5 bathroom home, and the half bathroom is downstairs across from the kitchen area that you will later see me building. With this home, I made one of the rooms into a taller room, and you can of course turn it into anything that you want. Upstairs does have a little laundry room area, and then across from the bathroom where the toddler's room is I did went ahead and build like a loft dash little office area. It's not really an office, but I went ahead and placed that in the upper area of the home. So right now I'm just working on the outer area with the colors to kind of see what did I want to do for the exterior of the home. So you will see me outlining here and there. I will go upstairs and then downstairs, kind of building rooms here and there, then breaking down walls just to get an outline. And then I'm gonna go back and start filling in the rooms and making it to the shapes that I want the rooms to be. Later on downstairs, with the outline, when I try to build the kitchen, I realized that the kitchen wasn't fitting with what I was trying to build in the inside. So here and there you will see me add flower plants just to fill in the outside a little bit, so I could kind of get an idea how I was going to make the walkway area. So right now you see that I try to make a little hill, but it wasn't working at all, so I decided to remove it completely. Then I try to use the paint tool to add the little gravels for the walkway, and that wasn't working at all. So I decided to add the tile like I'm doing now, and I just decided to keep that. So I'm working on this little area here. This was something that you will see me completely coming back and forth to kind of mess with it a little bit. But I did keep the flower plants there. But with that wall specifically where I'm adding the flower plants to, that's something I kept changing later on during this build, because what I wanted to do for it just wasn't working out until I got it to finally just work for me towards the end. So once again, this is going to be the driveway dash walkway for the home, where right now I'm going to add another flower bed, but it wouldn't let me because of the grids. Even though I could have used the cheat code to place things whatever I wanted to, I just decided to just leave it as is. It was fine. I did add a trash can, but then I moved it on the other side. But once again, later on you will go ahead and see me mess with that wall a little bit to kind of figure out how did I want to get it. So this house, once again, it was very challenging, especially with once I started placing the inside of the homes and placing the furniture. I realized that I had to still move the home a little bit, like here and there, like mess with the walls, expand it or disband it a little bit, just so I could get the right feeling with putting in the furniture into the homes. So you're gonna see me work on the bathroom now, the half bathroom. It is big at the moment. Towards the end, once I get everything filled inside the bathroom, I am gonna make it a little bit smaller, because usually half bathrooms are smaller. It's more like a get in and get out situation with the half bathrooms. The sink I'm using is a CC sink. I don't remember exactly where I got the CC from, but once I figure out where I got it from, I'd be more than happy to place it in the description below. So since it is a floating sink, there's nothing to hold the sink at all. I did try adding the counters to it, but it wouldn't work at all. So what I went ahead and did was add some CC content into the bottom of the sink, kind of fill it in a little bit, so it won't be just completely, empty. I kind of wanted to give it more of a storage room, more fill to it. So once again, I'm going ahead and making the bathroom a little bit more smaller, and I'm just adding some decorations, some plants to kind of make it look more, nice and homey like. And then I think I was done with this bathroom. I may have went back and played with it. I added there you go. That's exactly what I added to it, and then I left it alone there. So I'm working back on the patio area. You're going to see me add a flower plant pretty soon here. So with this area, I'm trying to add the floors to the top floor, and then you will see me go back and forth. Like, this was the biggest hassle for me. I don't know if it's because the way I built the home, I did something with the walls, so it was like with certain areas, it just wasn't registering the floors at all for me. So it was just like a big headache for me. So with this build, I wanted it to look more unique. I did change a little bit of the home from what I got the picture from on Pinterest. And I wanted to change it, even though it was something in real life. I wanted to still change it into the sense where I had an option to be able to build in more of my liking into the game. So right now, I'm making a small patio. I didn't want nothing too big, just something very simple, because once again, this is the front of the house, and I didn't want the top floor to take over from the bottom of the entrance of the home, where it was just going to take away all the hard work that I did just to make the first floor working for me. So right now I'm building this area, but later on I am going to remove it because I didn't see the point of having that block there. So I went back and I'm working on the outer area again, adding the windows. This is going to be the upstairs bathroom, which is going to be the parents' walk-in bathroom area. And then right now I'm building the area for the room, but I'm going to remove that wall, and I'm going to go ahead and stretch it out a little bit because I forgot to add stairs. And when I added the stairs, I had to put it in an area where it was going to look neat and then still have to fit with going upstairs. So later on, you are going to see me mess with that room again, because the fact that when I added the stairs, it ruined everything. I wasn't thinking about it, even though I was building on the second floor. How that happened, I don't know. It was something I wasn't thinking of. So right now, like I said, I'm working on that area, but you're gonna see me go back and remove it. So once again, I'm adding these little beams, which I just wish I had CC gutters to go ahead and place there. But I'm working on the flower bed again. I'm going to go ahead and fill in the plants like I did in the beginning of the house. Even though all those they all the same with the flower bed, I went ahead and changed it towards the end. I left those alone, but once you see me work on that front area where I said it's going to be the driveway, on the opposite side is when I add different plants, because we already have so much of the same plants in the front of the house. So I wanted to try something a little bit different, and it turned out to be pretty good. So this was going to be the kitchen, but it was just too small for me. I decided to have a bigger kitchen with an island in the middle. The reason why I had to expand the kitchen a little bit more, because once I placed the island, it was not working out at all. So I decided to go ahead and widen up the kitchen a little bit. And then once I did that, I went ahead and placed a wall around the kitchen area, because I didn't want it to be an open kitchen. I still wanted it to have a wall where I was able to add a little bit of decorations into the kitchen to make it feel more of a homey kitchen. So when I placed this cabinet down, I was trying to figure out why isn't it going all the way up. So I had to add another one, but then it wasn't aligning right. But then I realized it's because since I had the move object wherever I wanted, it went down instead of being perfectly aligned with the other cabinets like it was supposed to. So later on, you're going to see me remove that side cabinet and then fix it and then add another one. But with this island was the biggest issue I had, because I didn't want it to be too small, and then I wanted it to be just right. So I went ahead and added 4, and then this is when I went ahead and spread it out the kitchen a little bit more to give it more of that space so I could add the island like I wanted to. I'm going to go ahead and add a wall pretty soon, and then I'm going to have two frames, walk-in frames, but then I'm going to add a third one because I did add the sink, not the sink, but the dining area next door, and that didn't work at all, so I had to move it on the other side of the house. So here I am building the wall, and then you're going to see me pretty soon add the frames. And then once I add the frames, I'm going to go ahead and start decorating on the walls to have more of a kitchen look to it. So with this, the kitchen, and that was my only issue, was trying to figure out exactly how I wanted it to be. Now the inside of the home, I decided to make everything dark, just for the fact that outside of the home, most of the paintings of the exterior was already light, and then we just have those certain areas that I put that was dark brown. So I decided to bring the inside of the house and keep it dark brown, and since we have so many windows with the light going through, I just felt like it would complement it more of the house if we just have it as a darker theme. So right now I'm trying to figure out the lights. I decided to work with these because it is a modern house. I didn't want anything to be too extra and overpowering where it was going to take away from the kitchen. So right now you see me adding decoration to this wall. Later on I am going to remove it and place a walkway, because across from that I added the dining table and it just did not work out at all for me. It wasn't meant to be there at all. So just going back and forth here into the kitchen, working with the windows here. And then you're going to see me work on this plant and this plant bed, and then go right back to working into the kitchen area. Sometimes I am going to be working on one area, then I would just take a break and then go to the next one. So right here I'm adding a flower pot to the corner by the bathroom and then the entrance area, and then after I do that is when I go ahead and act the walk-in frame for the kitchen area. So once I go ahead and do that, I'm going to try to add the dining table like I stated earlier, but then this is the area where I said that it wasn't working at all. So I had to move it across from the kitchen. So right here is where I'm going to add it, and it wasn't working at all. So I went ahead and moved it across to the other side from the kitchen, and I placed it there. Now with that back corner right there with the with the window, I decided to add a little bar there because I didn't just want to have like a opening. So I'm placing wall decorations to see kind of how I wanted to do it. But since there's going to be a bar, I decided to add some nectar stuff there, and then something around the dining area so it just won't be completely plain and blank. With the living room, I downloaded a CC, which was a entertainment center CC, and since the area, it wasn't working for me at all, so I had to remove everything, and then we try again. I just want to stay in with one TV stand, and I just left it as is, and then I just added some stuff onto it, and then just went from there. With this area, you're just gonna keep seeing me going back and forth because I didn't know what to do. I wanted to add stuff into the top shelves, and it wouldn't let me. So I just went ahead and went back into the kitchen to start on the build. I forgot to add the refrigerator. While I was doing the living room, I seen the refrigerator, and that's when I remember I did not add the fridge into the kitchen. So I had to go and move the stuff and replaced it. So now working back on the living room area, trying to see exactly what I wanted to add into, because with this I wanted it to be a little bit more different, because once again it is a modern home, so I wanted it to look more clean and more nice. And usually entertainment center would have been perfect, but it wasn't working for this area. If I would have removed the windows, the windows would just take away from the home. So I decided to just leave the windows and go ahead and just try to work with what I had, and then just go from there. So I went ahead and decided to add the 2 plants, and then from the 2 plants I just added something on the table to go ahead and just give it. I didn't want it to just be empty. I just wanted to add something. And then with this, I did put a bookshelf. This one of them was just way too big. I didn't even know why, but like I said, I was gonna go back and work on this area, so I made it a little bit more wider. Instead of adding more of a walkway, I went ahead and added the plant bed there to that area. With this one was when I was trying to add different plants. I left this tree there, and then I just went ahead and started adding similar plants again, but then just filling it up a little bit more. Then you're going to see me go ahead and get a car and then place the car there, and then I will leave it alone as of that. But then once again, I am going to go back and add a half wall to this area as well. So now working on the patio area. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do exactly, because I wasn't gonna add a pool until I realized that the lot was still big. So I went ahead and added a pool a little bit later after I went ahead and built the patio area. Since it is a modern home, I just wanted like a more nice, relaxing patio area. Something that was simple but not too overpowering, where it was going to take away from, what the purpose of the patio area was going to be, which is something more relaxing. This is when I realized the lot was too big, was when I placed down all of the fencing area. It was just ridiculous too big. I added the pound at first. I am gonna remove it later. When you will see me remove it later when I do add the card later on, because it wasn't no point of that being there. So right now I'm working on the car area to place the car. I did place the mat, but then I removed it, and then I removed the pond as well, because it wasn't working out. So I'm about to build the pool here. I moved the pool a little bit because I put lounge chairs, and I felt like the Sims wouldn't be able to get to it because it was too cluttered. But I also wanted to add a grill as well. So with the grill being there, I did have to move it because I am going to put a barrier around the pool because I didn't want it to be open either. But maybe I should have left it open because it would have complemented the 40 by 30 lot if I would have just left it an open area where it wouldn't be secluded into just the home when I added the hedges like I'm about to do now. So, and at the end, it still turned out great. So I am gonna move them on this side due to the fact because that area was just too cluttered, and I wanted my sons to be able to go ahead and still be able to grow and relax in that area. It turned out perfect. I loved it. I even played a little bit with my Sims into this house, and it just turned out great. So this is another area where I'm adding more of the flower bed. I'm going to go ahead and add a different plant as well, just to give it a little bit more of a different variety around the home to make it pop a little bit more. So with this, I was going to add the same tree like I did on the side of the home where I parked the car, and I decided to change it for a different plant, like I said, just to make it be a little bit more different. So after I get done with this area, I am going to work on this part now. Remember I said that I wasn't going to remove it after because it was just like a block. It wasn't no point. So after I built this, I'm going to go ahead and just add regular plant beds for the Sims to go ahead and plant their own plants and stuff. So here is me adding outdoor stuff. I left that alone. But once again, this is when I realized that the lot was just completely too big. And that's why I decided to go ahead and place it on a smaller lot. Because the 40 by 30 was just way too big. If you look like after, it was just, it was still too much room. So now working on the downstairs again. This one I forgot to go ahead and place the stairs. So I had to move where I placed the bookcase on the other side, so that way I would have somewhere to place the steps where it wasn't interfering with any of the rooms upstairs. So you're just gonna see me working around with it a little bit, trying to get where the stairs aren't interfering with any of the rooms at all, but it's not going to be like a sloppy build with the upstairs, because downstairs was completely perfect. So I wanted the upstairs to be the same thing. So now you're just going to see me kind of work with it a little bit to see exactly how I was going to get everything with the build going on. Here, matting on the windows again. This was the issue I was having. I don't know if I made a mistake when I first built a house and I was doing the outlines, because when I went back up to finally start working on the upstairs area, it was giving me the hardest time with the builds. There was like floors that was missing, and then I was trying to fill it back in, and then it wasn't working out for me at all. So this is one of the areas where I said it was more like the loft dash office area where it leads out to the balcony. I made it just into a loft. Then I decided to go back in because I realized the only computer there was inside the parents' room, but I wanted to have a separate area as well, where it was like more relaxing. So at first I turned into like a little relaxation area. Then I decided to remove it and then add a little office area into that part. It worked out great at the end. Either way, if you want to make it into a little loft area, you can. If you want to make it into a home office, you could. So I just decided to go ahead and make it into a little office. Right now, working on making the upstairs dark as well. The paint area, like I said, I don't know what I did wrong with building the upstairs, but even when I painted the rooms, it was like if I painted on one side, the opposite side would be the same color as that paint. It was just completely annoying. So right now I am working on the first bathroom, which is next to the toilet room, and that shower is a CC, and including the sinks as well, floating sinks. I left that as is. I didn't add anything in the bottom since it is floating sinks. There was really nothing that I could have added in the bottom that will make it look any better than what it is at the moment. I wanted to add 2 sinks, just because it is going to be the second room bathroom. But then again, since we had that other room that I turned into an office area, you could easily turn that into another room as well. If you wanted to make it bigger or not, and it's completely up to you if you want to. So right now I'm working on the toddler room. This is all CC's. I'm trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do. I decided to make it into a girl's room, and the CC's that I downloaded was completely perfect for this room. So I decided to go ahead and figure out what did I wanted to add into this kid room. So I was going back and forth. You want to see me change pictures or just add pictures and then add different furniture and remove them and then just go from there. I just tried to see exactly what could have accommodated this room, but at the end it turned out completely perfect. I didn't add a lot of windows. Unfortunately, I realized that it stopped recording when I started editing the videos with me furnishing the upstairs of the room. But I went ahead and added some shots of the finished product. If you want to go ahead and download this lot, I will go ahead and leave that in the description below. If you want to see any more future builds, go ahead and comment below, as well as me going shopping for custom content. Go ahead and let me know on social media if you want to see any more of these videos. I hope to see you guys soon, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
She walk by, every time she walk by, every time she walk by, I be like, there she go. Every time she walk by, I can see in her eyes, shawty feeling my vibes. I be like, there she go. I be like, there she go. She can't stand these hoes. She don't even know. She the only one I want. She don't know she got me chasing. When I see her, my heart be racing. But she don't know I'm so impatient. So put your number in my phone. She walk